All right, so we've got a miracle plan, a Christmas miracle for all of you. It's titled A Christmas Kevin.
Do I escape?
And we're going to do a live script read of a play that Sam and I both wrote.
Oh.
Our story begins on a bleak, cold Christmas Eve night in Belleville, Michigan. We joined Kevin Kerr several years after the passing of his former roommate Steve to a new condo.
Oh, okay.
Kevin trods through a thin veil of snow, the hazy glow of an illuminated red apple in his wake. He shivers as the cold nips at his toes.
Bah humbug!
After quickening his pace, he reaches his apartment and ushers himself inside. Shortly thereafter, Sam bursts through the front door without a single regard for Kevin's privacy.
It was locked.
As a gold button pops from his vest, his coattails become pinned when the door closes unceremoniously behind him.
Mr. Kevin! I've acquired the choicest red vines for your esteemed guest to eat.
Sam trudges forth, his coattails finally dislodging from the door's unforgiving embrace. With a sweeping motion, Sam climbs into Mr. Kevin's lap, plopping himself down with a muffled thud. Offering a whimsical flourish, Sam removes his own hat and places it atop Mr. Kevin's top hat.
Oh. Bah humbug! Why do you torment me so, swine?
Kevin gruffly pushes on Sam in an effort to remove him, but to no avail.
Oh.
Instead, Sam rises moments later of his own accord before cracking open a case of red vines and smacking Kevin with one across of the tubular candies.
Oh, sir, that gruff demeanor simply will not do. There will be so many eager guests waiting to mingle with your graciousness. But 3 short evenings from now, please try and show some sort of enthusiasm.
What? That was introduction to end real life.
Yeah, I guess. Enough of this foolishness. Remind me again, why do I employ you?
Kevin,
Mr. Kevin.
Not true.
Sam noshes on a red vine as bits of chewed up high fructose corn syrup spill forth from his lips and onto Mr. Kevin's desk.
I've been thinking about how I'd like to scratch that damnable nightclub from my list of beneficiaries. All they do there is drink and frolic like fools, wasting away to droning repetitive arias as the night expires. What the devil do they call that again?
Sam wastes not a moment more, flinging his garishly adorned body upon Kevin's desk with a terrific clamor as he licks stray threads of red vine from his pristinely pampered lips.
It's called Gothic Disco, sir.
Sam declines further ere donning that unsettling chipper grin as he slams his fashionable boot against the desktop, presumably striking a pose for his master.
Necto is an outstanding and charitable member of the community, sir. I do hope that you aren't serious with your contempt. In fact, why do you not attend the club with me sometime?
No, I think not. You'll not convince me to partake in any such inane bullshittery. Indeed, I should think to avoid this Necto at all costs, lest our presence there reflect poorly on my booming business.
Oh, please, Mr. Kevin.
Sam leans in closer towards his boss. Just enough so that the tip of his nose brushes against the 5 o'clock shadow of Kevin's upper lip.
Reenact!
No, I said no! Get out of my sight!
With the brisk pace of a much younger man, Kevin grasps Sam by his velvety shirt collar and throws him out the door upon his rump.
Oh, here! And my jacket's inside!
Kevin slams the door with all the force he can muster.
Bah humbug!
Nice hands.
Get the fuck out. You gotta kick that out.
Okay, sorry, yeah.
Fully exasperated, Kevin retreats to his room and warms himself by the computer exhaust fan.
Leave of my presence. The hour's right for a thrilling round of Heroes of the Storm. No! Warframe. Kevin
makes haste to start his Discord application, but something is afoul.
What the heavens? Why has my screen become consumed by static, and my headset resounding with the wail of 1,000 bees?
At that moment, the computing device expired to blackness, along with the bedroom lantern.
What's this then?
A voice rang out from the darkness.
Kevin, I bear a cautionary tale.
Who said that? Steve? Is that you? Are you in Discord?
No, Kevin. I come before you tonight as an apparition, a lingering essence of my time once spent.
But how and why?
The visage of Steve moves closer, accompanied by the sound of light purring as he is gracefully carried to Kevin's side upon the back of feline spirits.
Unfortunately for you, your life has borne out no shortage of failures. Indeed, it has brought me ever deepening
Poor
sorrow
Kevin.
as I have watched your nigh on every move.
From Warren?
I've cringed unseen at your regrettable treatment of upstanding community actors and servants alike. Your behavior towards that delightful Sam fellow, in particular, has been most troubling.
Steve leans in, still closer, the air about the room growing seemingly thinner and more chill.
Mr. Kevin, you will be visited by 3 spirits in the coming night, each more powerful than the last. If you do not resolve to make amends for the wrongs you have committed in your life and change your ways, the consequences for you shall be more unbearable than you could possibly fathom. But anyways, it's past time I feed the kitties, you know.
Steve departs abruptly, his face blurring amid a suffocating cloud of white mist, while myriad feline cries resonate in the distance.
Bah humbug. Rubbish. Pure rubbish. Miss Kitty, it appears I need to lay off the schlump.
And with a head full of bewilderment and tumult, Kevin drifts comfortably to sleep. He tosses and tumbles throughout the night and is suddenly made alert by an errant light left on in the bathroom. He throws on some pants and slowly approaches the door, slowly cracking it open to reveal a translucent spirit in sweatpants and a hoodie, brushing her hair.
Oh, wonderful. You're up. I wanted to wake you earlier, but it appears that you sleep commando.
Kevin tumbles backwards into the hall, falling prone against the floor.
As I live and breathe. What are you?
Who am I?
The lady cooed, her voice billowing forth softly as levitating wisp of ghastly hair meandered gently about with a fey-like elegance.
I mean to keep you well abreast of your predicament by shedding some invaluable insight into the life you've lived. I'm the mirror through which all your regrets are made manifest. I, Mr. Kevin, am the ghost of Christmas past.
And what poppycock words do savvy do you hope to convey? Out with it then, so I can return to slumber.
It may be easiest to show you, methinks.
With otherworldly force, the spirit grabs hold of Kevin's hand, inadvertently slamming him against the toilet before hoisting him upward and unceremoniously tossing him out the window.
Rude.
Kevin rises and brushes the snow off himself, readying to charge back inside when he notices that his surroundings have become unfamiliar.
This isn't Belleville. What have you done to me?
I have taken you back to a more merry time.
Kevin turned around and rubbed the frost off a nearby window.
Wait, I know these people. That's Wanda, the Director of Customer and Sales Administration. And Cindy, the Senior Marketing Assistant. And there's Paul, the Senior Technician of Quality Product Surveillance. We're at Chirumo.
That's correct, Kevin. I have brought you back to your first holiday party. Here, take a look.
A new many birthdays past strolls into frame. His co-workers invite him to the bar as the party comes to a close. But young Kevin explains that he does not go to bars and bids adieu.
Well, there was a good reason for that. It was the League of Legends holiday semifinals that night.
Yes, I thought you might say that.
The ghost snaps her fingers.
Why? What happened? The clothes have changed on my younger self.
I have taken you forward to the following year to see if you have learned from your mistakes.
The young Kevin politely declined the invitation once again, explaining that he was trying not to spend money this week, much like the previous 51 weeks.
Ah, yes, I remember this night. I had one episode left of Cowboy Bebop trash that I desperately wanted to watch.
A likely story, Mr. Kerr. Let's see what happens 1 year hence.
Time leaps once again. Kevin is freshly approached by his co-workers to join them in Christmas merriment. Kevin turns them down once more, stating that he's instead going home to master...
Stop! I don't want to hear any more of this.
In a fit of rage, Kevin grasps the spirit's hoodie zipper.
No, stop, you!
He yanks the zipper up, completely closing the hood around the spirit's innocent face until he quickly dozes off anew.
What?
The peace afforded by renewed slumber is a welcome one, but alas, it is not to last. For only several minutes after Mr. Kevin has been set adrift into his sleep, does a boisterous laugh rouse him once more.
Bah humbug.
Kevin snarls as clumsy fingers fish for the light switch.
What is it now?
The familiar laugh rejoins, but with a greater intensity than before. Loud, lumbering footfalls seem to creep ever closer and resonate unabashedly about Kevin's poorly insulated bedroom, though there is no one to be seen. Just then, yet another laugh belts forth through the chilled air. Curious, Mr. Kevin approaches his doorway, casting a hesitant stare out into the darkness. Without warning, tens of torches catch aflame and perfectly illuminate a peculiar-looking man who is seated and fondling a cocktail shaker.
Oh no.
Would you fancy a drink, Mr. Kevin? Come up and have a seat, man.
Oh no.
Kevin demurs, taking an involuntary step forward.
I have my slump, thank you. And rest assured there's more satisfying than any monstrosity of a spirit you could conjure up. Why, I should be asking you to take of my drink. Not that I'd care to waste it on a blabbering lout like you.
Nonsense! Come and partake of my bounty. I leave you no choice. For all that we have is right now, and we are compelled to live in the moment.
As the man elaborated, a jovial hand absently guided a cascade of glistening liquid into a gaudy tumbler.
YOLO.
I am the ghost of Christmas presents.
All of the second spirit. The spirit transports Kevin to a quiet, historic neighborhood, and they land gracefully on the patio.
You don't mind if I crack one open, do you?
The ghost produces a Ski Patrol wit beer from Brewery Vivant. Kevin rolls his eyes and peers inside the nearest bay window.
Spirit, I'm confused. If this is the Christmas present, then how can I be inside this house at this very moment? There I am on the chair, and there are my friends.
Ah, you see, this is indeed the present, albeit this is the present of an alternate universe, parallel to our own, where you have joined your friends in holiday cheer.
This is very meta.
Make haste and listen to the festivities.
Bring out the strippers.
Bring out the Kevin.
I don't understand. In fact, I don't think they understand. This is a confusing universe.
Well, you know, there are a lot of timelines out there. I don't have time to sort through each one. My rosemary syrup isn't going to strain itself. By the way, do you want a mess?
What then shall I make of this?
Although delighted here, there are millions of timelines where these friends continue to meet and Kevin stays at home. The drive is too far, the night is too cold, or the board games are too few.
Let's go to one of those.
Whatever the reason, life goes on without Kevin's presence, including your own timeline.
The spirit peels back his layered overcoat and reveals two weathered bottles with faded labels.
This one is called Frugal, a smoked amber ale. And this one is Sloth, brewed by Midnight Brewing Company. Beware them both, but most of all, beware the latter.
Can't these just sit on a shelf somewhere?
The spirit rebounds with a look of revulsion.
These brews are aged, Mr. Kerr, much like myself. My existence in this world is brief, and it appears that last call is just around the corner.
The spirit leads Kevin back to the street, where he slowly fades away. Out beyond Kevin's focus is a new ghost, approaching like a mist along the fog,
God damn it.
a mist along the ground.
I suppose you
damn
must
it.
be the ghost of Christmas future or Christmas yet to come.
The spirit gives no response. It appears as a wide-shouldered figure, stoic and tall, completely wrapped in dark bundled clothing.
Right then, take me wherever you need to.
The ghost turns and slowly shudders forward.
What lesson do you bring? Why do you not speak, spirit?
Thank you.
Cool. Surely you must have something you want to show me. What's that? Is there something there?
Kevin hears the sound of approaching voices from the fog and dusk. A woman exclaims, "I got his drapes!" Another loudly shouts, "I got his book collection! This will fetch a pretty penny on eBay!" And yet another, "I got his D&D 5e Player's Handbook with handwritten annotations! Oh my god, you're such a nerd, Emerson." The voices fade into the void.
Were those my things? Why did they have them? Wise spirit? Bitches. And those are mine. Fuck you.
Kevin grasps at the man, but his arms wisp right through them. The man passes into the aether, unnoticing.
Bullshit. Spirit, why are these people taking my things? Ha ha ha. There must be some reasonable explanation for this.
The figure nods towards a placard on the ground. Kevin reads from the marker.
Why, spirit, it says my name. What is the meaning of this? Certainly I can't have died. Please, spirit, tell me.
The fog begins to lift and more of the sign becomes visible. It is constructed of cardboard with Kevin's address listed.
Is this what I think it means? Organizing a community garage sale? No! That's a fate worse than death.
A rumbling sound comes from the apparition's mouth.
Oh, well, sorry, I had muted myself. Anyways, it looks like you figured it out, so I think we're good.
Kevin claws at the ghostly threads.
No! Good spirit, please, I can change. I can change this. Please don't allow this fate to become me. Assure me that I may yet change these shadows you have shown me by an altered life.
Kevin closes his eyes, and when they reopen, he realizes he's back in his own apartment, with dawn just beginning to break. Kevin, wasting no time reacclimating to reality, rushes outside with tremendous, determined strides. But in a few bounds, he finds himself at the door of his neighbor, upon which he begins knocking loudly. A puzzled-looking fellow, hesitantly but promptly, answers the door to find an eager Mr. Kevin staring back at him, shuffling his... Why, it's Sunday, Mr. Kevin, his neighbor replies.
There's still time!
Kevin hurriedly leaves his neighbor in his wake and hops into his car, quickly waking the GPS on his dash, which is auto-pinged to Necto Nightclub. He presses the key into the ignition with a mirthful, perhaps even sadistic chuckle. He floors the gas. Before long, the effulgent neon orange signage comes into view, where Kevin can clearly make out the letters N-E-C-T-O. Mr. Kevin's brazen grin widens yet as the ball of his foot subconsciously presses still harder against the gas pedal. At the curbside of the venue, Kevin slams on the brakes, throws the gears into park, and makes haste for the doors. He throws them open with a great lurch, and his momentum carries him into a seemingly empty establishment. This feeling of vacancy is not to last, however, as Sam, having slept off his drunkenness from the night before, rushes forward from the shadows to meet him.
Mr. Kevin, I knew you'd change your mind.
Kevin runs toward Mr. Kevin as Kevin makes his way onto the dance floor, drawing closer to his employee.
I must admit, I've had a change of heart.
Sam widens his arms, eager to embrace his estranged boss in the midst of a rare mutual understanding.
I'm elated that you've taken me up on my offer. Come here, Mr. Kevin. Somebody needs a big Christmas hug.
Kevin draws ever closer, a gleeful twinkle catching his eye as the club's great disco ball glistens overhead. As Sam closes all but a trifling distance between them, Kevin continues walking right past him.
Oh, yeah.
Indeed, it was almost as if Kevin hadn't even noticed Sam was there. He continues onward into the VIP booth, where there sits a locked box. He opens it promptly, removes the deed to the club, and signs it away with one deft stroke of his quill pen.
There was still time now to just pass this off to the highest bidder so that there will be no need to host that damnable garage sale after all. Get wrecked, Sam. Get wrecked, everyone.
That was weird. But the end.
Fuck you.
That was supposed to be like Tiny Tim, like, get wrecked, Sam. Get wrecked, everyone.
Oh, we said it was the tune of Merry
It sounded a little more
I said it was the
Christmas.
tune of Merry Christmas. I was like, Merry Christmas.
I like Kevin.
He's not going out, you better not try. If you're with him now, start saying goodbye. Kevin Kerr is staying at home. He's got pizza rolls, he'll heat 'em up nice. Fill up his cup with pop and some ice. Kevin Kerr is staying at home.
Wait, how long
All
have
right.
we been dealing?
Wait, 12?
So we have a,
10, 12 minutes.
oh,
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, we're busy. We'll talk later.
Oh, I'm sorry. We can wait till you're done eating.
Oh, yeah, please.
No, keep going.